Before we get into the gameplay and different game modes, yes, you will be fine going into this game without any knowledge. The last Space Marine title was a whopping 13 years ago, but here's a very quick rundown of the setting and what a Space Marine actually is. Space Marines are basically super soldiers in a far future sci-fi setting. They are genetically enhanced humans and they are incredibly strong, fast and smart. We are talking about guys who can flip tanks and run at 45 miles per hour. They fight for the Imperium of Man, which is the main human faction. Their setting is pretty grim. Humanity is spread across the galaxy, constantly at war with various alien threats. One of the big baddies are the Tyranids, and these are the main threat in Space Marine 2. Now, Space Marines are only called in when stuff gets really bad. Most regular humans see them as almost mythical creatures. They spend their incredibly long lives. We are talking centuries here, going from one impossible battle to the next. Now, the game comes with 3 game modes. There's the campaign, which can be played either solo or in co-op for up to 3 players. This is the main story of the game, and you control preset characters, specifically Lieutenant Titus, who was also the main protagonist in Space Marine 1, and his 2 squad mates, Chiron and Gadriel. The campaign takes around 10 to 12 hours to beat. Then there are currently 6 significant co-op operations, which can also be played solo. In this case, you have AI-controlled companions at your side, or again up to 2 friends of yours. These operations occur alongside the main story, and you create your own Space Marine and choose from one of 6 classes. Keep in mind that if you play this with friends, you have to choose classes distinct from each other. You then level up your custom Marine and unlock weapons, perks and upgrades. The third game mode is called Eternal War, and this is 6-on-6 PvP. It uses the same 6 classes from operations and shares some progression with it. Now, as you may suspect by the looks and presentation of our characters here, the gameplay is all about being super aggressive. There is none of the cover behind the walls and flank the enemies kind of stuff. You have massive badass guns and melee weapons and an incredibly strong and intelligent and experienced Space Marine at your disposal. This is a sci-fi world, so there are things that are even higher up in the food chain, but Space Marines are pretty damn high up and nothing to underestimate. Character customization is deep, and most of the stuff can be unlocked by playing the game. You can spend some extra cash for some cosmetics, but the game will have no microtransactions for stuff that affects gameplay. All future content is gonna be free for all players. This game has a pretty good engine that can handle hundreds of aliens on the screen, not just for the sake of looking cool, but actually kill-able aliens. Couple that with the gorgeous art style and graphics, animations, sound and creature design, and you get an experience that seems like it could be a game that can make 5 hours feel like 20 minutes. And lastly, for today's video, the developers have revealed some kind of roadmap as well. The first season is about fixing things and adding some features like ultra-wide support, and after that quite a bit of additional content is planned. Feel free to pause the video if you want the specifics. As always, I tried to keep this as short as possible. If you think your time was respected, then a like is appreciated, my friends.